It just makes me think about the Life is But a Dream documentary with Beyonce, and she was like, artists don't make albums anymore. And then also you'll have execs that tell you, well, no, because you want it to be effective,
right,
you need to make sure that you actually put out a single, maybe an EP, because
right,
you want people to support it. And I get it. There's plenty of my friends, we have conversations all the time about us being artists and putting so much into something and financially putting into something and then not necessarily reaping from it. You're wasting money, I don't consider it a waste.
No.
I'm going to be doing this whether I am charting #1 on Billboard or whether I'm sitting at home. I have to do this. I'm never
whether it's
not
people or
going to be doing music. I need this.
Yeah.
I get that it's a business, and yes, I would love to make money off of it, and I eventually will. But one thing I'm experiencing is that this was made for me. I was made for it.
Yeah.
And whatever I need to get out of it, I will get out of it.
What's good? I'm Rob Milton, and this is The Glow Up, where we talk to Black creatives about their journey on the way up. So let's talk about the Ascension LP. And again, this is not because you're the homie, but that's literally one of the best albums of 2017. No question. And I just want to talk about what the music meant to you. What makes it so relatable and so like real and raw is because it's coming from you and from your experience, on top of the music being incredible. So just let's chop it up about the album and what it took to make it, what it took to put it out, and how you feel about it afterward.
It came during a time, first of all, that was like over a year's process. A lot of things were happening, like I said, personally, and what's crazier is, in retrospect, I can now say that all those things are supposed to happen for me to, accomplish that album. Mr. Dimension, Dammy, who produced the album with me, he moved from London to Dallas.
Wow.
And so I had moved to Houston, and we were in the same state, so I found it kind of like, okay, he's here. So I remember I already did Please Continue, which was produced by Trevon Snipes. He's also the same guy that produced Marching. And then we had worked on Even. I wrote Even in like 15 minutes. I was working at my aunt's boutique and I wrote it and never forgot it. So I originally went down to Dallas to record with Danny because I knew that he could record me. He had the equipment.
Right.
I would just spend a weekend there. Let's just get it done. And he started playing on the piano. He was playing Oh Yeah by Robert Glasper. We were singing, and I was just like, wait, nigga, like, you play.
Wait a minute.
He was just like, nah, and I was just like, damn, you just played this whole song. Dude.
Right.
So he was like, let's see what you can do. So we were recording, then we were working on Higher. He just started adding stuff. So it literally turned into this where I was able to like compose things. I would give him my ideas. I want this sample. I want the keys to sound like this. Or I want these drums. Or he would add something that he think would sound cool. And he is one of the most brilliant people I've ever met. On top of that, he's one of the kindest people, most humble people I've ever met. And I think that's what helped with the experience. I was able to literally compose a whole album. So imagine me being able to see a vision of something when it comes to visual art and work backwards. I was able to do that with the album because we would be working, I would record something, I would say, I want samples all throughout my album, but not like samples like Kanye West samples. I mean like samples of myself.
Yeah.
And because I'm sampling myself, I can transition all these songs. I can do a whole album and it sound like one full idea. And these are all like the thoughts that are going through my head. And literally I would tell him the craziest ideas and he would execute.
Yeah.
And ever since then, like, I don't want to work with anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't want to do music any other kind of way except I hear this, I want to do this.
So let's talk about that. How did that happen? Like, how did the process of PJ hearing the album turn into you being on the tour?
Big. Funny thing is, I met PJ probably like 3 years ago when I was living in Atlanta. I was asked to host like a meet and greet for the Live Show Killer album. And it was super cool, super chill. Met him, like got his got his email then. And I asked him if I could send him some records, but this was like when Mr. Liam's Neighborhood was like a couple years old. Okay. So I sent him like Shine and stuff. He responded, but like he's touring with like Maroon 5, so I wasn't really expecting to like really get a response or whatever. So fast forward, he's on tour. Him and Emily King are touring together, and they stopped in Houston, and I hit him like, yo, the show was amazing. Anyways, been cool just like on social media, just following each other, and every now and then he'll comment on something or whatever, respond. And then the album came out, and I remember he posted about it It was like he was doing like a, you know, like a swipe situation where this person's album came out today, this person, and he basically was saying that, you know, my album was probably one of the most I can't remember what word he used, basically talking about the transitions and how together cohesive the album was or whatever. He said it was like one of the most cohesive albums, and even that post, I was just like, yo, this is PJ Morton, like, oh my god. And then fast forward, crazy story. So this is the week that I found out that I was opening for Layla.
Okay.
But this happened before.
I totally forgot that happened. That's amazing.
Before Layla's people reached out to me, he sent me a DM saying, hey, about to go back on tour. Would you like to open? He was like, you know, I was just like,
wait, what?
I just remember just screaming around my apartment. And then a couple days later, Layla's people reach out, hey, you're opening for this show. And then I go to open for her. I'm in sound check. Hey, do you want to do San Antonio too?
Absolutely.
I just wanted to I was just like, God, like this tour is literally the perfect opportunity. I'm opening on a tour. I'm singing my original music to people that have to like go and listen to it. And then it's with somebody that I truly honor and respect and I am inspired by. And then financially, I was just like, Lord, I don't want to do. He's like, chill out. And I'm thinking, in retrospect, even now, like thinking I have like a couple more dates of the tour left. Like I've officially pretty much finished the tour. And this is when I literally day by day was worrying about how's this gonna happen. Shout out to Tiffany Stevenson.
Oh, she's amazing.
We're on FaceTime, and she was here actually, and I was in Dallas, and we were talking about the tour or whatever, and she's like, I'm so proud of you. She was like, I want to sew. I'm just like, wait, what? And literally, just everything just like, worked out. You know, I'm over here.
So we are so glad to have had you today. I'm so grateful for you stopping by, and I mean, I cannot wait to see what's next. I can't wait for the deluxe of the album because I still bump. And so, is there anything that you want to leave your fellow friends and creatives with? Just a bit of inspiration.
I said this to any and everybody that asked me about, you know, creating. Hashtag create daily. I don't use it as much.
Bring that back.
But it's like a real thing. It's a real thing. I guess because it's just part of just like
because it's who you are now.
It's just you have to do it. Don't be afraid to grow. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anybody tell you what you are or what you're not. Remain authentic. There's too many like carbon copies out here already, and God made you specifically, you know, for what you are meant for, and just don't forget that. Don't forget that. Be resilient. That's the only way you'll be able to see the fruition of it. Like, don't let your seed die because you refuse to water it, or you know, let the sun shine on it, or just to give it time to grow. You know, just be patient with yourself and be resilient. Work really, really hard. It may not happen overnight, but most likely it won't. It could take a year. It could take a couple years. I've actually been doing this in retrospect. It's gone by really fast in retrospect, but it's 2018. It's been a long time. I've been doing this for some years now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't been 10 years, but I can only imagine what it's gonna feel like after doing 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So just be patient with yourself and enjoy the journey. Really, really enjoy the journey. Don't be bitter, because that's gonna be a part of your work, and you don't want that. And just stop looking at other people's plates. Focus on your meals so you can get the nutrition that you need. So you can get what God has for you. So, yeah, all of those things. Yeah.
Shout out to Brik.Liam with all of the gems. I'm Rob Milton. This is The Glow Up, and I want to leave you with this: shoot all shots and never give up.
What's going on? My name is Brik.Liam, and you're watching The Glow Up with Rob Milton.
'Cause I don't play those games no more.